this is a big one, and I've asked a project executive that I respected a lot what the answer to this one is, but I'm going to ask you. When you think about the real objective of a project manager, going back to that loop, what is their actual mission, so that we can bring it home for the listeners?
Okay, so the actual mission is
Yeah.
I'd go back to the book by Patrick Lencioni, Five Dysfunctions of a Team, and a quote in there that says, if you could get all of the people in an organisation rowing in the same direction, you could dominate any industry, any market, under any conditions, at any time. If you could get everyone, the PM's job is to get everyone headed in the same direction. If he could do that, you'll build any project under any circumstances, ever gets thrown at you at any time. That's my opinion. In my opinion, that is his number one job.
I love that, and kudos to you for pronouncing his name right. I always get that wrong.
That took a lot of practice to get that right, especially for an
Yeah,
Aussie.
because
All right, if you came to me tomorrow, said, Benny, we need to align this team, this project team, before Christmas. So we're all heading in the same direction when we come back on January 5th. But you can only use one of your strategies to do it. This is the one that I would use, and it's from the book, The Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham. I'm going to read you a real quick paragraph now, and you'll get a very clear understanding very quickly of why we're using this strategy. But we're going to tweak it up with a couple of things called a pact, which I learnt from this book, Tiny Experiments. There's a very specific reason why we do that and the way that it creates alignment. And then we're going to look at a process called ORCA, which fighter pilots use to execute flawlessly. Fighter pilots in their environment can execute flawlessly at 98% of the time. It's actually close to 99% of the time. There's zero reason why we can't do the exact same thing in construction. All right, 3 pillars of success. I hate short lists that attempt to jam all the ingredients for success into a pithy little formula. Success and mastery are far more complex than pith. Having said this, however, let me give you some cognate advice about making consistent, measurable progress towards your outcomes. What we want to do on a project, is it not? If you will do these 3 things on a regular, daily basis for 90 days, you'll be stunned at the progress that you will achieve. Hold my beer. All right. Let's get into it. What this is going to do for us is it's going to flush out straight up how much of a shit show we're really dealing with here. Is it a bit of a shit show, real shit show, or complete and utter shit show? That's what this process flushes out very, very quickly. One other key to it is we do this from a centralized room. Japanese call it an obey room, which is a learning room, or visual thinking and planning, or something like that, along those lines. You might have been used to it being called a war room. That's what I've generally called it on site in the past. Whenever I'm on site, you'll know that I have a room like this. It'll be covered in whiteboards. There will be posters on the wall like this everywhere. It's not for show. They all play a vitally important part in what we do, and we will go through what they do as we go through it. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is create a pact. I'm just going to read you a little bit from this book right here called Tiny Experiments, Anne-Laurie Lee Kumpf. Okay? What makes a pact so effective is that it focuses on your outputs. I know Keith talks to outcomes. There's reasons why we're going down the track of using this and outputs to do with cause effect, and the way that we need to get people on board so quickly that we need to do in a project environment. What makes a pact so effective is that it focuses on your outputs, e.g. publish 25 newsletters over the next 25 weeks, rather than your outcomes. E.g. get 5,000 newsletter subscribers in 25 weeks. It gives you the confidence to get started because there is no bad result or wrong choice. You just need to show up. A pact is purposeful, actionable, continuous, and trackable. We're going to do all that as well. All right, so the reason why we create a pact first is a couple of reasons that they just said then, is it creates alignment. If you come on the site and say, we're going to make all these changes, we're going to reset, we're going to go back to basics, all the fucking buzzwords that the consultants throw out, okay? First thing that happens is everyone that's already on site gets their back up because they're already working hard. There's running around in circles trying to make this thing happen, but it's just not happening for whatever reason. Okay. No one's found the constraint. No one actually knows what's going on. No one knows the circumstances under which the project started, all the other things that happen before anyone even gets on site. So if I come straight in and go, we're just going to do this wonderful process called the 3 pillars of success, and we're going to do tiny experiments, and we're going to do all of this stuff, everyone's just going to go, oh, I hate more stuff that we've got to try and do. So by pitching it as a pact, we're creating alignment because we go, all we're going to do is we're going to try this for 10 days and see what happens. If you think it's not going to work, let's see, give it a go, and let it prove me wrong. So we start out, that's one of the key parts to a pact, is that we start out with 10 days maximum. We're just going to try this for 10 days and see how it goes, see what happens. Then it's output focused. Of course, on projects, we want to deliver outcomes. But the reason we go to output focus is everyone's probably being flogged for not making milestones, not getting their percentages for the day, all the rest of it. What we'll do, if we focus on an output, we're giving them a win that they can have. So the output, the pact will be, I will action for duration. What we're measuring, all we're measuring to start is the cause. What's going to cause us to create the effect? The effect that we want to cause its progress, and we want our EV heading up in the right direction. We want a brilliant safety record. We want things to flow. We want to move from a shit show to a project that's executing flawlessly. 98% flawless execution is the effect or the outcome that we want. What's going to cause that? Doing this loop right down the bottom here, which is the 3 pillars of success. All right. So the pack's going to create alignment for us, get everyone on the same page. We're only going to pitch it as 10 days. I'm going to do this to 10 days to start off with, and it's output focused. Just keep those in your mind as we move through this. So, keys, 3 pillars of success. Number 1, plan your day before it starts. I would assume you're on a project, you're already doing planning of some description. It's obviously not working quite as well as what you want it to, or people aren't sticking to the plan. The system that I use for that is called Flex, which is again out of this, which is what the fighter pilots use. We could do that, but you've told me I'm only allowed to do one thing. So I'm not going to worry about Flex at the moment. We're just going to run with your current planning process. When we get this, we start to get some traction and you start to see buy-in for everyone else, and we start making some real progress, then you're going to say, oh, let's do Flex as well. So that ticks pillar 1, plan a day before it starts. Pillar 2, measure your outputs, cause, effect. Okay, so we had to have measurable, deliverable. Our measurable deliverable is we're going to do 10 minutes of the action that we're going to do is an ORCA debrief for 10 minutes every day. That's the output that we're going to measure at the start of this to get this moving. Pillar 3 is, of course, report your progress, which is the debrief, the ORCA that we do every single day. Okay, then we're going to supercharge it with AI and create ourselves an ORCA wingman. All right. As we go through this loop, we do this daily. Keith said we must do this daily. We do this every day. Each time we go do a pass around this, it's like a flywheel. It gets more and more speed as it goes. People will start to see, hey, this flex planning is working. We are getting here and we're doing our debrief every single day, and it's making AI is actually making our life easier. It's not taking our jobs, it's making our lives easier, and we're using it to get more and more momentum, and this project's starting to become something that we enjoy working on again instead of being just a massive stress all the time. Right, ORCA Wingman, let's get into it. I'm not going to spend a lot. I can make this as complex as you like, or I can keep it as simple as you like. It is as simple as that. We need an OBEA, a war room, where we bring everyone together and we do this, create a pact. For the next 10 days, what we're going to do is do a debrief for 10 minutes at the start, at the end of the shift, every shift. And we just follow this around. We'll plan it on the wall, on the whiteboard to start with. We don't want to worry about trying to wire dashboards up or Gantt charts or anything else. Everything we need to do, we can just put on the wall and get this moving as quickly as possible. Let's supercharge this with AI. I'll introduce you to a mate of mine called Mox. Mox is my mission, operations, and executions. It's an AI that I use for everything I'm going to do, and I'll show you exactly how I use it at the moment. So, all right, what we need to do is create a wingman, because the wingman has got your back, helps create alignment, and avoid the traps. We're going to create this wingman. We're going to teach it how to do the ORCA process. But I'm going to use a AI that I've already got, or a chat that I've already got, and he's going to actually create the prompt for us to do this. Okay, so I'm going to start talking to him right now. Hey Mox, we're on live and you're under the pump as usual. So earlier I spoke to you about we're going to create an ORCA wingman. I need you to create the prompt for it, okay? So what I need this to be able to do is do a debrief session with me every day. You know how this is day 1 of 90. So he needs to know the ORCA process. So you need to tell him or her, whatever it is, to go out, use their tools and go out and research these things as part of your prompt, so they have a solid understanding, and then you need to come back and give me an exact level before we run the first debrief session. They need to come back and give me an exact level summary to tell me, so that I know that they understand everything that they need to do. All right, so this wingman needs to be a mix of 3 things. So it needs to be Keith Cunningham. It needs to understand the 3 pillars of success. It needs to think like Keith and query me like Keith. From the road less stupid, it needs to be ruthless when we do this ORCA session every day, asking questions and challenging assumptions when we do it. It also needs to understand Christian bucosis and the ORCA process from the afterburner advantage, and it needs to step each day. When I put the date in, I'll put this is a new shift and the date, and then that should be the trigger for it to start and step me through the ORCA process one at a time. So I go, all right, what was today's objective? What were the results? What were the causes? And then it should give us a list of actions that it recommends. And one thing that my last GPT that I did with this used to do was give me AI insights at the end of it as well. It needs to understand PACS, P-A-C-T-S, purpose, actionable, continuous, trackable, from Anne-Laurie Lecomp's Tiny Experiments books. It needs to understand that we're measuring outputs, not outcomes. So the output that we're going to measure is that where it says I will action for duration. So we are going to debrief for 10 minutes every day for 10 days to start with. That is our first HDD. They need to look up what a HDD is. Well, high definition destination. Need to research Christian bucosis on that. All right, is there any other context that you need for me to be able to create this prompt? So I'll just let that transcribe, and now flick that up to my Mox, and then we're going to head across and create another AI wingman, which is going to step us through this process daily. So he's just thinking about that at the minute. And let's see what he comes back with and how well he writes his prompt. And you'll notice that when I write the prompts, it's not, we think that we ask it questions and it gives us answers, the AI. I like to ask it questions as well and get it to challenge my assumptions. There's a great video from a guy who's actually a Stanford professor that teaches AI, and it's a 12 or 15 minute video, well worth watching, just for the value that you get out of that and the way that you do your prompts. You'll also notice that I talk to it like I'm talking to you right now. That is very deliberate. I don't very rarely type a prompt. I use a voice to talk to my AI because I get a better outcome out of it, and I'll treat it as if it's a strategic thought partner. Before I build that, so he's come back, that question that I asked at the end there is vital. What other context do you need out of me before you go and do this? So before I build the ORCA wingman, I need to clarify on these 3 points. What persona intensity do you want? This bot is meant to combine Keith Cunningham's strategic, Bucosis, Cadence, Fido, Pilot, Debrief, Discipline, and Laurie LeCompte Pack's Tiny Experiments and Behavioural Science. How hard do you want it to push? Choose one. Calm but firm, direct but demanding, savage but fair. Okay, so I'm going to go with, we're going to start with calm but firm, but I want to be able to amp that up as we go, as we start getting used to this. When you say AI insights, what types do you want? Performance, pattern detection, behavioural insights, flow-based insight, all three. I want all three of them. When the wingman recommends daily actions, do you want it to short, sharp, 1 to 3 actions, comprehensive lifts, 5 to 7? So that'll be 1 to 3. Once you confirm, he's going to go away and do all that. All right, so, okay, mocks, great questions. So what I want you to do for the first one, I want it to be calm but firm, because we're starting on a new site, so no one's actually used to this yet, so we don't want to go too heavy-handed to start with, but we will at some point move to direct and demanding, and then savage but fair. Say inside AI insights, I want all three of those, and when daily actions do you want? I want 3 daily actions, top 3 actions that are a must. Not nice to haves or we should do or everything. 3 things that must happen every day, because more is less when we're starting out with this. All right, I think you should have enough there to create this prompt now. Let's see what he does. It's just transcribing, and you see how I interact with it. If you want to learn more about this, a fantastic book. I've boiled this down. I've got literally hundreds of books. I've got 40 odd books up in my, let's give you a look around up here. There's 40 odd books just up there above my shelf. If you come down here, in this corner down here, move this back around, that shelf there, I need to get better on the instructions with the directions with that. That shelf there has literally got hundreds, over 100 books on it. Got you back to 3. You want to turn a project around? Actually, I'll make it 4. These 3 books: The Road Less Stupid, Tiny Experiments, The Afterburner Advantage. Other one I would throw in that. I'm going to use the 3 today, but Mastering Flow. That's everything you need to spin a project around. All the info that you need. Got it, mate? Here is your fully built ORCA wingman prompt, incorporating everything that you've clarified, calm but firm for the first 10 days. Blah, blah, blah. ORCA wingman prompt. Copy paste this. All right, so we'll copy and paste. What might be easy to do is we'll just go down, copy the whole lot, and then we're going to go at the top here, and we're going to go do a new project. New project name is ORCA. This is why I talk to my GPT and not type, because I'm painfully slow at typing. So we're going to create this new project, and we're going to copy and paste this prompt in here. I'm just going to take out what we don't need. If you like, why is it done here? Actions, causes, results, objectives. Just need to find a bit that we don't need. Got it, mate. Below is a prompt you can copy paste. ORCA wingman prompt. So if we take that, we hold that down, just get rid of this. This bit's a little bit painful, but that's all right. You're learning shitloads of smart stuff here today, so you're loving it anyway. You can, if you're on the replay, just fast forward until we get this prompt out of this wingman and see what it actually does. Get rid of it. Should nearly be there. Maybe another minute or so. Alright. That should be the prompt. Copy paste this. We can get rid of that as well, just so we don't confuse it. There's no need for you to write prompts either. use your AI to prompt another AI. I actually use one to check another one. I use one that writes my LinkedIn post, gets taken across to another one called It's a Banger, which is a GPT plugin. Is the best way that I can describe it. It checks the posts and it goes backwards and forwards between a couple of them a couple of times to check everything that they need to do. All right, so we've chucked in there everything pretty much that I asked my old mate to do. My full internalisation of the 3 bodies of work. Below is the exact operating system I will use every time we run a data debrief. I'm not paraphrasing. This reflects the actual mental models and behaviours behind Cunningham, Bucosis and LeCompte. Keith Cunningham core operating philosophy. Cunningham is about brutal clarity through highly leveraged questions and zero bullshit thinking. No stories, no excuses, no I reckon, only observable, tangible, measurable behaviour. The other thing that this does, when we start running these ORCA sessions and we do it with an AI, it's an independent third party. So when people start going, oh, I couldn't do because, the AI is calling them out. It's not people attacking people. So you're able to speak more to the process rather than people getting their backs up. Everyone's already under the pump, okay? What we really need here is alignment. We need everyone moving in the same direction. They've already probably been flogged for quite a while. They've maybe even tried a couple of different times to reset the project and it hasn't worked. They're trying hard, but they're just stuck. They're spinning their wheels because we haven't worked out how to get rid of the 90% that they're doing every day that they don't really need to be doing. This takes the emotion out of it. We've got an AI that does a lot of the thinking. It speeds this process up. When people start seeing this and how valuable it is, you will get alignment fast. Plan your day before it starts. Identify 2 to 3 major outcomes. Report your progress daily. Keith Cunningham's method I will use. Ask clean surgical questions that expose assumptions. Keep the emotional temperature low, clarity high. Christian Bucosis, internalise high definition destination. He knows what that is. Alignment, ORCA debrief framework, Boo's logic. I will apply no ambiguity. It's going to be clear. Ambiguity. No moral judgment, no inflated complexity, just cause, effect, next move. Every debrief must create a behaviour change within 24 hours. And LeCompte packs tiny experiments, purposeful, directed, linked to the objective, no random actions, no dopamine tools. Actionable, can be done the next 24 hours, continuous, more enough to repeat daily, trackable, yes or no at the end of the day, no grey zone. Small, tiny steps that remove friction. This is key. Small, tiny steps that remove friction and build momentum. How I integrate packs into ORCA. Your 3 daily actions. It always does this. It goes DALL-E actions will always be. It's daily. I mustn't say it very well. Purposeful, actionable, continuous, trackable, small. How I'll run every daily debrief. When you type new shift date, I will. Step 1, ask objective. What was the important? Ask results. Ask causes. Produce all daily actions. What I will track daily. Did you plan your day before it started? Did you identify? Tone progression. 1 to 10 days. Firm supportive, 11 to 30 days, direct and demanding, savage but fair after that. Final now, I'm fully loaded with Keith Clarion's code. Okay, I'm just going to go back, just for clarity, and say, DALL-E is daily. ORCA Wingman. I'm not sure if the other GPT told you that that is your name. ORCA Wingman. So where you've got DALL.E actions, that's supposed to be daily, as in every day. DAILY. Just want to clarify that before we go any further. Just let him do a little bit of thinking about that. Got it, mate. Crystal clear. Your name for me is ORCA Wingman, and the term you want is daily actions, not daily. That was the AI Auto Association kicking in to fix it permanently. 3 daily actions. All right, let's give it a go. So the 24th, new shift, 24th of November 2025. So my key objective for today is I've got 6 sessions that I need to run with 6 different clients before Christmas. So I'm producing live content on LinkedIn and reaching out to people on LinkedIn to book them in for those sessions, which are on Tuesday the 2nd, Thursday the 4th, Tuesday the 9th, Thursday the 11th, Tuesday the 16th, and Thursday the 18th of December. So it comes back with. See how this just steps you through the process. It might have been we need to move the 300-ton crane. So what was the objective for today? We need to get that 500 nominal bore pipe header into the section at the 2342 level down the east end, whatever maybe. You listed 6 sessions, 6 dates, contents before booking for Chris. That's a mission, not an objective. So it's picking me up already. Okay, Cunningham rule. If you chase 6, you'll hit none. If you choose 1, you move. So which single objective was the priority for today? So that's great, cool. So the single objective for today was to have the booking page set up and the redirect link to it done, which is ambitioustarget.com. Let's see what he says now. Perfect. Now we're locked in. Objective day 1, have the booking page fully set up, the redirect link, good, clear, observable results. What did you actually do today? Calm but firm reminder. No stories, no reasons, no I tried. The result was that it is done. I have the booking page copy completed, it's published, and the redirect link is done. See how this will just step them through the process. Someone can just talk to this while we're in the meeting. Then the AI is the one being an arsehole, not everyone else. It's going, well, these are the things that you should have done. Have you done it? Have you not done it? Take the emotion out of it. Results. Booking page completed. Now we get to the engine room. What were the behaviours, decisions and actions produce this results? Not circumstances, not conditions, not motivation. Just what you did that made done happen. Example I'm looking for. I blocked 90 minutes. I scripted before design. I avoided rabbit holes. I used templates. Okay, so I used my Kanban ticketing system and I blocked it out into 50-minute critical focus time. So I did the first one was spend 50 minutes on align the Christmas tidy curl page. Then the second one was spend 50 minutes doing the redirect WhatsApp link and something else that I can't read. And then I did the published it all. So it was the fact that I used a Kanban board, wrote the tickets out, very specific on what done looked like and the time frames in which I had to do it. This is all building. As it does this more and more and more, it's going to get better and better and give you better results and better outputs as well, and keep you on track and give you better AI insights too at the end of it. So cause you produce results because you use Kanban board, defined each ticket with a clear done starting state before starting, ran 2 50-minute critical focus blocks. These are behaviours, not hopes, and that's why you got the win. Now we turn this into tomorrow's leverage. This is all about catching the wins as well and sharing them. All right, these are must-do, not optional for tomorrow. So I need to create 1 Kanban ticket for tomorrow's single objective. Purpose, no ambiguity at the start and end of the day. Trackable ticket created, yes, no. Number 2, run 1 50-minute critical focus block before 10 a.m. Purpose, momentum before noise. Trackable, block completed, yes or no. Publish 1 LinkedIn post promoting the December sessions. Purpose, keep the pipeline warm daily. Trackable, publish, yes, no. More is noise. These 3 move the needle. Insight package. So this is where I've asked it to give me insights on what we've actually done. And what AI is exceptional at doing is recognizing patterns and things that happened. So if excuses keep coming back up going, oh, we didn't get that done today because we didn't get the crane move. We didn't get the crane move 3 days in a row. It's going to call it out. It's going to go, hey, you're using this same bullshit excuse every day. And there's no denying it, because you can just go back through the feed and you've got a feed here of what you did and didn't do. This is the ultimate lessons learned. 3 layers. Wingman insights, calm but firm. You deliver today because you engineered structure, not because of motivation. Your Kanban plus done definitions are leveraged. Protect them. If you abandon that structure, your throughput drops. Operational insights. Boo logic. Your sequence was correct. Plan, define, execute, publish, close, loop. Your line before executing. That's what you avoided. Trash. AI meta insight. Your behavior rules something important. You perform at your best when the day is broken into 2 high quality blocks, not a long marathon. Future planning should lean into this pattern. Micro sprints, not endurance. Day 1 scoreboard, outputs. Plan before the day was started? Yes. Identify the single objective? Yes. Report of progress? Yes. 3 actions, day 1. You're on track. When you're ready for the next shift, type next shift /date. All right. So what we've done during this session is we created a wingman with mocks, an AI wingman to keep us on track. It's using the 3 pillars of success. It has amped it up with the ORCA process, objective, results, causes and actions. And we've got packs, tiny experiments running there as well. We created a pact which was output focused. What we need to do, I will debrief for 10 minutes. We have a high definition destination. We know where we want to hit and where we want to get to. We've done it to 10 days max to start with. We're just going to try this, give it a run, see what it does. Let people get used to the idea of doing this. We ran an ORCA session. Okay. The pact. For the pact to be good, needs to be purposeful. The purpose is we're going to get everyone heading in the same direction and get the project back on track. That's a big purpose. It ticks that box. It's actionable. We sit there with AI every day and run through this debrief process, the ORCA process. All we've got to do to start the process off is say out new shift and give it a new date, new start date. It's continuous. It's a loop. It's this loop here. We plan, we measure, we debrief, we supercharge it with AI, and we go again. It's trackable. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back and do this every day because I have to get, I've got a number of projects that are people, teams that I want to be working with to help them implement this with their projects. I've got a specific number in mind that I want to do, and I'm actually going to track those results in school. I'll show you that in a minute. The dashboard they're going to use to track those schools. Actually created a new one. Trackable as well, doesn't have to be a dashboard. This is why I have the likes of this up on the wall. I started a pact back at, and you'll be able to see where it kicked in at the end of August, which was to get on school every single day and put some effort into my building my community on there. Okay, so I've done that right the way through. I haven't missed since 31st of August I actually started, and what are we now, 24th of November. However, my pact, this is why I've gone to a pink pen over the blue one, is going to change right here. I'm going to do the 3 pillars of success, this ORCA process myself, based on what I want to get, I want to achieve, what my outputs and outcomes are that I want to achieve with this program. Okay, so every day I'm going to go live on LinkedIn for 90 days to see, just to prove, case right, just how much progress we can make in 90 days by sticking to this simple but highly powerful process. All right, so I said I'm actually going to, if you want to see the results that I get, I'm not going to publish them live out in the real world, apart from this right here just now. But this is a dashboard inside of school. And what this shows you is, I've got, shows you, as you can see just here, August, that's where I got serious about doing something on school every day. And that's why that started to climb. I've started to make serious progress because I've turned up, I've done this. basically, every day on school. And the numbers are starting to climb. Monthly recurring revenue is 0 at the moment. I want to build that up till it replaces my income in the construction industry and I can do this full time. So that is one of the focus. You're going to see that. I'm going to show you each day. I'm going to take a snapshot of this dashboard so you can see it inside school. My conversion rate, it shows me, which is very good, 29%. That's conversion. When they're talking conversion rate, is there's an about page where people come to see if they like, whether they decide they want to jump into my school community or not. 30% are going in. That's high. I'm really, really happy with that. And the retention rate is people that are paying, how long that they stay for. So I'm going to show you all of that inside school. If you want to jump in there, it's school.com/school, skool.com/scrum. Jump in there if you want to see all the results that are derived from this. I will be showing you, trying to do two things at once here, and I'm not female, so I'm struggling. I will do this ORCA debrief process every day here on LinkedIn, so you'll still see that. But if you want to see the dashboard with what results actually come out of it, this is the cause, is the debrief with the ORCA, and the effect will be the dashboard, how we go for dollars, retention, people joining in school.com. All right, you've got this far, and I'll say to you, do you want to work with me to do this? Do you align your team before Christmas? You can head to ambitioustarget.com. There are 6 sessions there that can get before Christmas. That is all I have time to do before Christmas. At this point, there's either 1 or 2 stories running through your head. You look at that and you think to yourself, something on the lines of Roy Kent.
Roy, you come to the club tonight?
Hold on, will you be there?
Of course, bro.
Then fuck no!
If that's the case, so be it. I've given you enough there to go away and start turning a shit show into a flawless execution machine. Follow that. I've given you everything you need to do to get started. If you want the wingman who's got your back, helps you create alignment, helps you avoid the traps, it's a catalyst as well, remove roadblocks and mitigate resistance to change, and you want to get to where you got to go quicker, and you're thinking something along the lines of this.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Head across ambitioustarget.com. The details are all on that page. You can, at the bottom, message me via WhatsApp if you got a question. If you can't get hold of me there for some reason, reach out on LinkedIn, just DM me. I'll line your team before Christmas, so I'll know what you're looking for, what sort of details you're looking for. Regardless of whether you work with me or not, take it and use it to align your team before Christmas, because you don't want to start 2026 like this. You don't want to start 2026 like this. I'm starting a new pilot program called 2026 Pre-Season Training. It's for leaders who want to get their team match fit before the whistle blows and the 2026 season kicks off. So if you're running a good company or a team and you want to hit 2026 in a sprint, this is your window right now to set it up. We'll custom build your 12-month plan and drop it into a Trello board so that you actually track it and use it. We'll resource it properly so the work actually gets done, and set you up a school community so that you're ready to get rhythm from day one. We'll be setting it all up using Goldrat's project rules of flow to mitigate the 12 causes of project failure, because that's exactly what this is and how you need to treat it as a project. And you'll also be learning to leverage AI where it counts to get the most impact. This isn't some paint by numbers cookie cutter course. It's pre-season training custom built for your business. There's only 10 spots and we'll have it wrapped up so that you're ready to run before we hit Christmas. DM me the words 2026 pre-season training and I'll send you all the details, because you really don't want to start 2026 like this.